We're gonna do some more Light of Xaryxis conversion tonight on our late night bedtime stream here in Seattle at 11 o'clock at night. I'm a little wired, so I figure I should just try to burn through some content. This thing is ridiculously close to being ready for handoff to edit. So give me a hot second here to check my stream, make sure it sounds like it's supposed to. Check my stream. Does. Cool. Okay, great. So in the description stuff below, this is my just typical fire up. Okay, great. So hey, why are you making noise? Hold on. There we go. Cool. So yeah, like, subscribe, share. I think that's what all the kids say these days. Also, in the description down below, we're going to talk about the description for a moment. There is a link to my Twitter where I just uploaded that I've gone live. Hey, I switched my camera, so I'm facing another way now. You probably can't tell, but change is good. So let's see, and I have okay, great, yeah. We're talking about the description box down below, right? So Twitter, there it is. I'm just kicking out signal to the Discord channels where I sharpen my knives at all the time, and so while I'm talking about that, there is a link to my DMsGuild stuff down below. Those are books that I've created. They're 100% preview. You can read them cover to cover, play a 20-level campaign to see if you like how it works, and if you do, you can come back and buy it. I certainly would appreciate your support, so give it a shot. It also gives you an idea of the kind of quality and the kind of content that I produce, the kind of ideas that I have, and where I take those, the end result of the mechanics that go along with all that stuff. So, let's see. There is also a link to Patreon that doesn't, it'd be great if you would follow me on Patreon, but that's not the end goal here. The end goal is to give you guys a look at the playtest content. So let's look at the playtest content that we have been building out, which is, nope, that's the Xaryxis stuff. There we go. In Command and Mass Combat, again, Guild playtest content volume 1. So if you guys want to join me in our escapades and read along, you can check that Patreon link, which gives you a description of what I'm doing, and then gives you the link to this document. This is a alpha development document, meaning that I'm building the mechanics, sometimes live here on stream in the previous episodes, of how these command mechanics work in 5e. And then we evolved into Infernal War Machines. We were playtesting that, and then we evolved again once Spelljammer released into giving those trucks wings and building big old boats out of them to do pew pew fighter combat stuff. So that's what we're doing. We built out a book. So the Patreon link gives you a link to this document, and it will eventually give you a link to where this will be published on the DMsGuild, which is why you should look at the DMsGuild link that I provided down below, because all those books are 100% preview. And they're Electrum bestsellers. So, and it's a super niche MTG audience. Like, if you're a Magic the Gathering fan, then this is Color Mana. I built Color Mana. I figured out the math and mechanics to make tapping mana work in D&D as intended. Tap 3 red mana, throw Fireball. Tap 4 more and cast that as a 7th level spell. I'm going to instead, I want to cast Counter Spell. So, it's 3 mana because it's a 3rd level spell, and I've got blue, so I'm going to tap 1 blue, and maybe I got too much red in my pocket. So I'm just going to dump some red mana on it, then bam, there you go. That's MTG, but there's a lot of machinery inside of the DMG and Player's Handbook that you have to peel apart and re-stitch together to make these alternate paradigm systems work with D&D, the books that they gave us. All of this is obviously an end goal to me someday releasing a Command 4X omnibus D20 campaign thing, like a role-playing game on my own that no one will ever read. So I may as well build these things in the DM's Guild for people to at least see and get access to and see that these mechanics were built to play. So that leads us back to this document here, Spelljammer, Combat and Exploration. We're looking at page 108 right now. So if you click the Patreon link and click into the playtest document here on page 108 with me, then you can read along. I'm going to pop out a second document here because what we fleshed out tonight before getting on stream was all of the squad and fleet mechanics, which work the same as the siege weapon mechanics, which is very similar to piloting. So like if you blend pilot and siege commander rules, you get the squad commander rule. So I am so ridiculously excited about roles in Spelljammer. Command roles are... I was handed this stuff like it was a gift from the muse. What a goddess. Thank you so much for delivering the system through my computer, because I am in love with this thing. I'm going to spend time on lunch stream tomorrow going through roles. So you definitely want to tune in on that. But right now we're working on finishing converting Light of Xaryxis into the command system, so that when we publish a command of Spelljammer, Combat and Exploration, this book, that will have the back end of it is like, if you want to actually see that this stuff works, here's how you run Light of Xaryxis, the adventure that came with the Spelljammer's Adventure in Space. So that's what we're doing here. We're building that stuff out. So where the hell am I? Gaspers, Jugglers, Mage, Guild House, Little City, Underside. Oh, this is Rock Up Brawl. Go away, no one likes you. Let's go to Light of Xaryxis. And Saviors of the Multiverse. Attacking the Citadel. So that's where we are. Prior to this, we have the... we got to go back to the end of the document and Discord. We want to build a fleet before we head out. So alliances in Doomspace. We don't need the specific ships because we're not fighting their specific ships, but we want to build squadrons out of their ships. So what are squadrons? Squadrons. I'm supposed to pull that. Let's grab that real quick. We're gonna talk for a moment. So, and then we're gonna drop that out of you. Drop it out of you. Puzzle challenge. There we go. We turned the mutiny encounter. Spoilers. In the third part of Light of Xaryxis, towards the end of it, after you visit Topola's floating tower, her vampire boyfriend shows up, and then there's the mutiny, and so the ship is trying to get away without the captain by diving into a dense storm system that conceals the ship. So what we did was we built each one of these squares is 100,000 miles. So you are navigating your way through here. The DM rolls a random D6. So you start. He goes the Last Breath ship, the ghost ship. Last Breath enters through 1, and then it's a dense cloud, so they can't go any faster than 100,000 miles every 10 minutes, because the adventure says check every 10 minutes to do like a spot check or a tracking check or navigation check to try to catch sight of the ghost ship inside of here. So what we did was we made a randomized system here. So the ghost ship comes into here, and when your ship comes in after it, I'm gonna draw things here real quick. So the ghost ship comes in here, and then your ship comes in after it. So we're here with the ghost ship, and we roll a d6. Like if we roll a 3 or 4, then we know the ghost ship goes here. And then the heroes arrive at point 1. So when the heroes get into point 1, they can make a check. And if their check is higher than the stealth DC that the ship is making, then when I roll the die, they'll know which square they went to. So let's say they enter the space, they succeed in sleuthing where the ship is at, but then the ship also gets to check against their intuition to see if they pick up that they're being pursued. So they'll do that as a check against your piloting check, and if they succeed at that check, they know that you're watching, that you're in here with them. So they'll be able to, if you succeed in your check, you'll be able to see which square they move to. So if I roll, say, a 5 or a 6, I could either choose to skirt along the edge here, or I could choose to push the team in here. So I'm going to choose to push them in there. So the team succeeded the check, they know where it's at, but the pirate ship knows that you're following them, but you just haven't caught up to them yet because of how dense the storm is. You can't move any faster than 100,000 miles every 10 minutes. So that's what the scaling here is. So as you go through, these guys you're going to make your check. You're either going to succeed in knowing where they're at or not. And if they don't, and if they think that they lost you, then when I roll the die here, I'll be able to, like, say, roll a 1 or a 2. Okay, great, I'll put them here. So if you don't know where they went, your characters can make a guess as to where they went. Say they choose there. Next time around, they choose a 5 or 6. I could get them, like, at some point they'll just head this way. So I could put them at this point. So if the team notices them, they can get into the same space with them. And if the pirate ship hasn't noticed them getting into the same space, they have surprise on their attack to board the ship. They can scuttle the ship to knock it off balance, to remove the pilot's concentration until the beginning of their turn. So for the rest of your turn, your team can dock with and then board the ship before the pirate ship reorganizes and gains control again and then tries to take off. But at this point, you guys are in the same space together. So they can't get away from you now. While you're aboard the ship, they're locked with you. Wherever you go, they go. And so by the time you take control of the ship, you'll probably be outside the other side of the storm. And now you both have your ally has control of the ship again, and you guys can then fly off and go to the astral plane to go to Doom Space, and then begin section 3. Sorry, this is at the end of section 2. So part 3 is going to Doom Space, and there's not a lot to do in Doom Space for us. It's mostly a bunch of arena fighting and stupid shit. So I mean, if you're into that stuff, I'm critical, but I'm good with you getting there. I just think there should be more types of challenges other than just being in an arena and then doing a charisma check with each of the people that made money betting on you fighting creatures. So and that's how you get your fleet, by wooing the people that have the ships to come join your cause. The adventure doesn't seem to be very clear why they don't like Xaryxis, other than we could be next, so we should stop it. But they're not highly motivated, so the adventure has you basically bribe and give them treasure and stuff to convince them to come along with you, to lend you a squadron. So a squadron is there's one ship that sits in a 500-foot square, and then in a 10 by 10 space. This is a 500-foot square, right? All ships fit inside of 500 feet. So like a hammer ship is the biggest ship that they offer us in SAS, Spelljammer Adventures in Space. The word I'm trying to use is, the biggest ship is 250 feet long. So at most, it fills a 5 by 5 space, like we talked about before. Check out my other streams. A 5x5 space. That's the size of your hammerhead ship. So in a 500, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In a 10 by 10 square of 500 foot squares, this is a mile, right? So you can have up to 10 ships occupying the mile, and each ship takes up a 500 foot space. So we're like this, and get that back in there, and we got what, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You don't want them too close to each other. If these ships bump into each other, they scuttle each other's gravity field, and then then their ship has to your crew inside take falling damage and crash, and you can knock out the captain and the pilot, and now you got 2 ships that are just wandering astray here, and then you're flying along at lightning speed. So then this guy rams into these 2 ships over here that got scuttled. So now you got this like little cluster of ships that are just kind of like pinwheeling out of control, and you just lost 3 of your 10 ships, right? So you want to make sure there's enough space between these ships so that you can maneuver inside of there. But at the same time, if you're going to bump into an enemy squadron, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna rush obviously 10 to do it like that. So you got these 2 things, right? And they're meshing like this. And then you go, if these 2 things mesh together, you're seeing that there's a decent dogfight that's going on here. These ships are all engaging with each other. Everyone can be hitting each other, and it carries on like that. So the way that we have this 10 by 20 space that you can put on your table, it can be scaled out to go over here, and we can have another smaller screen. This square here is this size here, and this one here is here. So this is a 1 mile square, and this is a 1 mile square. Like this is a 1 mile square, and this is a 1 mile square. So effectively, all these ships can be intermingling, and if you are, say, commanding that ship, merge down. If you're specifically commanding this ship, right? This is us. Let's make it a square across things so we can distinguish it from the other ships, right? So we're gonna cut and paste here. So this ship can be moving and weaving in between all these hostile, between these ships, to target like this ship specifically. So if you want, you can have all of these ships closing space, and they're engaging each other in this cluster, right? But at the bigger picture is like you can have like asteroid here, like the Rock of Brawl is over, because the Rock of Brawl is only like a mile long. So like here's the Rock of Brawl, and here is all your spelljamming ships. So like Rock of Brawl is like this big, and your ship is actually like this big on the Rock of Brawl. So that's your 1 mile scale. Rock of Brawl system 1 mile scale. Here's like, if it's like in the tiers of saloon, then we have like another asteroid here, another asteroid here, another asteroid here. While these 2 squads are engaged in combat like this, they're basically grappled, right? So a ship can if I win a grappling, a piloting check, an opposed pilot check against the enemy, I can drag them 1 square as a move. And then if I pilot again, I could come over here and I can move them into this asteroid. So I could lead them. It's called leading. When you're grappled like this, like when you're engaged in combat at this scale with multiple ships, and you zoom out, like this could be just like 1 ship and 1 ship at a 5, and this is 500 feet. And so your ship fills up to this much space in the 500 foot square, because like your 2 hammerhead ships, right? So they're filling up that much space. and they're locked in combat here at the 50-foot scale, and if this is a 500-foot scale, right, then there's this one ship here and one ship here, just like there's one ship here and one ship here. So when you're leading, like you're doing, like if you're doing a, like in the Top Gun movie, or like in Star Wars and stuff, like any fighter ship movie, you're maneuvering and you're firing at each other. These are basically gunboats that are locked in high-speed combat with each other, lobbing shots at each other back and forth while they're flying around. So if you can lead them with like gunfire, or if you can coax them into chasing after you, like we could, like if we grab these two guys, they're locked in this dogfight, right? So if this square is running away from this square, you can, you're staying locked in combat, you can like weave between these asteroids and stuff, and at some point, if you succeed in your grappling check, you could kickflip them by leading them into, like you see like TIE fighters get, like shots are coming at them, so they're trying to stay clear of the shots, and they end up smacking an asteroid. That's the same thing here. That's an opposed piloting check, which is just grappling. So in grappling, you're just basically throwing them against this, you throw them against a wall while you're grappling or whatever, and you deal, wall damage is like D4. Well, with this, it's gonna be you slammed into a thing. So like this ship is gonna take like a hammerhead ship that's 250 feet long, has 500 hit points plus whatever the pilot's carrying. So this ship gets slammed into it, and it's gonna take something like I think it's 8d12 damage. So it could, it's gonna take. It's got 250 hit points, and it could lose 100 of them by being rammed into the side of this asteroid. So, and then it survives that experience, but it's been wounded, and since it gets hit, now there's a concentration check from the pilot to remain controlling the Spelljammer ship while everyone on board is being scuttled. All the siege crews are being thrown all over the deck, so the commander has to make a save to keep himself from being damaged, and can choose to take damage for his crew. Otherwise, he's going to have a bunch of commoners that are all knocked out because they just took 5d6 falling damage for being tossed across a ship. So they're all scuttled. You just lost all your siege weapons. Instead, the commander, your character, is going to take the damage for the squad. He'll take some damage. He'll need to spend a healing spell or a drinking potion to get his hit points back, as though he's just doing normal combat through the combat squads and through the ship. So your enemy pilot loses his concentration for hitting the side of the asteroid. The ship is now scuttled. So the pilot can't dodge, the pilot can't take damage. Your team was protected by your commander, protecting the ship from getting scuttled. So your crew was ready for it. They braced for impact, 0 damage, wheel their weapon around and just starts dumping ballista fire and hurling mangonel stones at them. Wow. And you just rain about, D4 times, it's a second-rank crew, D6 times 10 per ballista hit. You have the whole team saturated. So you got 3 ballistas on your ship. It's going to do 3d6 times 10 damage. Each of those hits is going to be like around 100. It's going to be like around 60 some odd damage. They just took around 60 damage from hitting the rock. They got scuttled. You now lay into them with ballista fire for another 60 damage. That ship started with 250, and in one turn, your pilot and your characters commanding crews of ballista teams took it from 250 down to about 120, maybe 130. And then you still have some spare actions left over. Let's just drop a cloud kill on their deck and have their team start dealing with poison. So you're killing off their crew while they're trying to get their concentration back on hold. The cloud poison seeps down into the lower decks. Now the pilot, the bridge is full of cloud kill, so he can't maintain concentration. So the ship stays scuttled until he can get his concentration back up and running. And you have another free round of just laying ammo into him. You can either break up the ship and salvage it and use a fabricate spell to rebuild it and haul it away as salvage. Or you can just board the ship and take command of it if you want to, like, say, draft these people into your growing fleets. You can build a squadron between them and your ship. So then we go back to the squadron idea. That we got 2 guys in this 1 mile area. We've only got 2 ships. Not much of a squadron right now. But instead, you could just have the your characters just command that ship as verbal actions, and bonus actions as just a sister ship that's running alongside yours. So if you run across 3 ships, you can have your sister ship under command, basically maneuvering and taking shots, while your team could choose to close distance and dogfight with one of the ships specifically, while your sister ship is distracting the other 2 by dogfighting them and trying to wheel them into asteroids and stuff, just like you are. You can have a really dynamic combat, high speed obstacles, asteroids laying around, diving into different storms that'll freeze your crew, or like lightning, forget stuff, all sorts of different types of storm effects that they can hit. So you can have all these things lit around, and then you can have like little fortresses that are full of just guns that can just just throw ammo at any ship that goes by. So you can do a tower defense sort of game by having ships navigating through dungeons of turret citadels that are trying to defend the starbase from your siege attack or whatever. So that's what we're working on. We're working on the Xaryxis siege battle. So that's squadrons in a nutshell. To clean it up, you average the rank of all the ships in your squadron to determine what rank they operate at. Like, say, in Light of Xaryxis, you're only 2nd rank. So your crew is going to be 2nd rank. So they can do D6 plus 2 times 10, D6 times 10 damage whenever they hit with a ballista or a mangonel or something. But if you got 6 ships in your squadron, they're going to do 6d6 times 100. It's going to be, one squadron does d6 times 100 damage, or you can have individual ships all commanded together to do, say, 6d6 times 10 damage. Depends on how you want to scale it. So that's a quick skinny. You've got we're building out squadrons in the Light of Xaryxis. So we're going to go to Light of Xaryxis and we're going to build out some squadrons. So let's look at what our squadrons are built from. Coalition fleet. See, a fleet is multiple squadrons. Each one of these factions is its own squadron. And then there'll be the Mercane, which will be your squadron. So you've got a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Saran and the Kreen are the Kreen and the Artux are in opposition with each other, so I don't think you get both of those. But the humans, the Arkokra and the Sarans, are 1, 2, 3, 4, or the skip the Artux and get the Kreen instead. You can get 4 of them, so you get 4 squadrons of ships of all the same type of ship, and then you've got the Mercane fleet, which is where your ship is at. So there's 7 ships in the Mercane fleet plus your ship plus. There's the Second Wind and there's the Last Breath. So there's a total of 9 ships in that fleet total. So you've got this thick, chunky 10 squad inside that mile, but then you've also got 4 other squadrons. I should be drawing this. You're right. So drawing this out. Bop bop. Bop bop. All right, back in the saddle. Okay, great. So when we enter Xaryxis space, right, and I've done this on the stream before. You've got this 10 mile by 10 mile, 10 mile by 20 mile map format, which is a standard format that we use with the command mechanics. And the I didn't mean to press that button. If this is a 10-mile square, the Xaryxis Citadel is a 1-mile asteroid, so it fits here. And then you've got your squadrons, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, plus you. So you've got 5 squadrons. You got Xaryxis, the Citadel of Xaryxis here. Let's there. And we got they've got 30 ships, so they got 1, 2, and we're going to do squads of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 squads of 5 star mobs each here. Then you get the Citadel. So there's like the boss, right? So you got the star mobs here, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and you've got like 5, 5, 5, 5, and 9. So like this is your Citadel, this is their Citadel, basically. So what you do is you go like 1, 2, 3. I've got a fast ship. I move 3, but I can't fire very far away. This one is I move slowly, but I can hit really far away. And like this one is like I can move 2 and hit 2 squares away. So you got these. You got this guy who can hit adjacent. You got this guy who can hit 2 squares away. And you got this one who can hit 3 squares away. And then this guy's like I can move 2 and I can hit 2 squares away. So you got a fast ship that can't hit far away. You've got a slow ship that can hit far away, and then you got 2 medium squadrons that have medium flight and medium range on their weapons, and they're all doing like this short one, like that one's doing like it'd be doing D4 damage. This one would be doing D8 damage, and these 2 would be doing D6 damage, all times 10. And however many actions you have to spend each character to have these things act. Like you can use a verbal command to have the squadron move, and let's say the squadron will just be average. And then this one you could then command 1, 2, 3, and now if these ships get any closer, you could ready your crew to fire, so that if they get within, if they get within range of you, and they have to be if they get within range of you, then you can fire on them because you had an action ready. And then you exchange fire there, and then you can like move these guys because one goes 1, 2, 1, 2. So if these ships 1, 2, that goes there. This is the range on that one. And this one's got that short range, so it's got a range here. And this has got that. How does this guy go? He goes 1, 2. Yeah, he's accurate. He goes here. 1, 2, 3. That's his reach. So, but he can only move 1 square at a time. But like that. Like you could have him move 3 times. 1, 2, 3. But then you wouldn't have any action economy left for him to attack. He could make a reaction if something would provoke an opportunity attack from his weapon crews, but it's unlikely. So you have that kind of reach, and then these guys, they can close distance here, so they can engage each other in combat. These guys can close distance, 1, 2, and then say 1, 2, and then make an attack on this guy. So pew, 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 he does D6. D6 times 100 damage here, and the Star Moth crew has 6 Star Moths. Each Star Moth has 400, so it has 2,400 hit points. This guy did D6 times 100 damage, so he did say 300 damage on average out of the 2,400 that this Star Moth has. So that Star Moth is now down to 2,100 damage. So there you go. That's how it works. You're basically skirmishing, pushing people around. And then you can like hang back here. You get a free action to push your ship once, and then you could use like a bonus action to have him attack, or you could like use an attack action to have all of them attack anything that's within range, so they all make an attack. And then you've got a bonus, and like if you have multiple attacks, you could have them make multiple attacks. And then if you've got a bonus action left over, then you could like use dodge. So like command all the troops, all the squadrons to dodge, and use evasive flying, so that attacks against them are at disadvantage. So you got one volley from all your ships. They're all now using the dodge action. They moved once and your turn is over. Now it's the next guy's turn. This is your engagement. Okay, great. Well, these guys are already engaged, so they're going to use the bonus action to aim, so they gain advantage on the attack to nullify the dodge, so they can make just a straight attack, which they're going to do d6 times 100 damage, and you've got 6 ships that are 150 feet long each, so that's 300 hit points, so that's 1,800 hit points. Their second rank, they just hit you for 300 damage out of your 1,800. You've still got 1,200 damage left. And you can carry on as such. So that's how these squad mechanics work. So we're going to convert these factions into squadrons. So let's do that. Let's kick on down here through the document. If you want to join me on page 189. We can look at these mechanics. 189, 188. Here we go. Saviors of the Multiverse. No. We want to be here. Let's see. These squads are pretty simple. They're basically just like they're basically mobile ballistas. Is how they work. You've got your aim, fire, reload mechanic. With each shot, using your command die as a command check to verify if they hit the reload score on your command die to reload the weapon so that it's ready to aim, fire, and then reload again. So the action sequence is it starts at the beginning of the round loaded and ready to fire. So you aim and fire, and then the rest of the squad's action is to reload using the reload die, the command die, which replaces your proficiency modifier. Use a die roll instead. So a second rank squad, which is appropriate for characters level 5 to 8, has a d6 die, which is basically the average is 3, which is what your proficiency bonus is. So use the command die instead to make your die roll, and if the command die equals or exceeds the reload score for the weapon that's being used, then the weapon successfully reloads and you can fire that siege weapon again this round with a command. But if you roll below the reload score, then you have to spend your next attack or bonus action to reload the weapon. And then if you have any actions left over, you can then fire again. So if you have a really low reload score, because it's a light weapon, like a ballista has a reload score of 3, and then you have a second or third rank squadron crew that's commanding it, the level you subtract the reload, you subtract the crew from the reload, and that equals your modified reload check. So a ballista has a reload of 3 crew. A mangonel has a reload of 5 crew. A trebuchet, we changed from having 5 crew to 7 crew because the damage that it deals is d8 instead of d6 damage. So it has a reload score of 7. So a third rank crew on a ballista has a reload of 0. So it automatically reloads and fires every time you tell them. They're just like, you got 2 guys loading logs and you got another guy aiming, fire, aim, fire. It's basically a heavy crossbow with the crossbow expert feat, but you've got 4 guys doing it. 1 guy calling the shots and the rest of them making the shots. Otherwise, it's like a super heavy mega crossbow. It takes 4 guys to fire, doing d4 times 10 damage. There you go. So heavy weapon, but the trebuchet does d8 times 10 damage, twice the damage as the ballista. So it has a natural reload score of 7. A third rank squad, third rank crew that is firing that trebuchet would drop it from a 7 down to a 4, and that third rank squad, that third rank team is using a d8 command die on top of the d20 that they roll, on top of whatever ability modifier or by default their rank. So it'd be like a d8 plus 3 plus a d20. That's your attack roll. And if that squad rolls, their reload is a 4. So as long as they roll a 4 or above on a D8, they automatically are able to reload the trebuchet and fire it again without wasting any actions having to reload it. It just becomes, this is a fluid move. They pop it and they reload it automatically, ready to go again. But they only got about, you know, a 5 out of 8 chance of being able to automatically reload the weapon and fire it again. If you box the roll, a 5th level fighter has a verbal command, which is fire, and then a bonus action, which could either be fire again or reload if you need, and then has 2 attacks per round. So you can use that attack action to get 2 attacks. So you could then, let's say they failed the reload check on that bonus action that bonus action command to fire, they can now use one of their attacks to reload and then use their last attack action to attack again. So they could have gotten, if they were good with their rerolls, with their reloads, they could have fired a trebuchet 3 times this round. So that's how those mechanics work. Super fluid, very easy. You upscale Squadron the same way. You've got an attack act, you've got a verbal action, which Squadron you use to move them, or if you don't move them, you can have them attack. It's as a verbal action, they get a free movement or they get a free attack. There you go. Then they have the bonus action to either move or attack, and then they have a standard action to either move or use a movement like dash, you have dash or disengage or dodge or steady, hold steady so they gain advantage on an attack. You've got a number of additional command roll options that you can use your bonus actions, and reactions to use, which are all in this book. So you can go through the documents and you can see all of this stuff. I'm going to scroll down to about here. Blending roles with group initiative. This is glorious shit. So you've got the augur role, which is like a sighter. You got the pilot that moves the ship. You've got the siege commander, which fires weapons, and you got support, which casts spells, lends aid. They can use like a barbarian that's playing the support role can give their barbarian rage to a weapon crew's attack when your wizard is commanding the crew to attack. You can, as a support role character, you can inspire them with rage so they gain advantage on the attack roll. Because you use a bonus action to give them your rage. Or you could use a bardic inspiration die and give that to the command crew as your bonus action to inspire them with an extra D8 on top of the D8 that they're already rolling with their command die. So you could use the inspiration die to confirm the reload as well as help confirm the attack. So that's super cool. But you can blend these roles. You could be a pilot that's also issuing verbal commands to the ballista teams that are on your ship. So you could have one character that is commanding that's the pilot and the siege commander. So you would be splitting your object interaction to move the ship, a verbal action to have the crew attack. Then you have a bonus action, and say you're a ranger, and this is your ship. This the Leaf on the Wind. Then you get 2 attacks, right? So you got your bonus action where you could like dodge, disengage, or like steady aim, and then as one action have your ballistic crew attack, and then if they failed their reload check, you could decide to spend your second attack on a reload, so that you would have them at the ready, so that if an opportunity attack comes up, the ship is the siege crews are ready to fire, and there they go, they make a shot. So. This stuff is dope, man. Oh my god, these things are so freaking fun. So, and they got arcane cannons where you can amp up the damage that you're dealing with a spell like D3 times 10 with a cantrip all the way up to a D12 times 10 if you're able to cast 9th level spells. So the damage ramps on that, so you can have a 1-ton ship that fits inside of a 50-foot square, like a devil's maybe a demon grinder with wings. It can have a gun crew and a pilot flying around and laying damage into people. Blah. So anyway, that's how this blended initiative works. So just want to make sure I've got everything lined up. Looking at squadron stuff. Cool. So let's go here and let's look at our Chaos and a Doom Space, Trust Issues, Wild Space System is Doom Space, Discord and Diplomacy, Assemble the Fleet, Ship Statistics. This is where we've been meaning to be for the past 3 hours. Copra. Strike ships. Let's see, Aarakocra squadron of 5 strike ships. Let's go look at the strike ship mechanics real quick so we can just feed in how the ship do. Strike ship. There it is. 100 by 200 is a 2 by 2. 2 by 2 strike ship. That's 200 hit points per strike ship times 5. That's 1,000 points. Let's see what kind of a crew they have on that ship. Call it second rank. We're just gonna call them second rank. Strike ships, second Aarakocra strike ships, second rank crew. 1,000 hit points. Com plus D6 plus 2. Damage D6 plus 2. Sorry, D6 times 10. Let's see. Sorry, it's D6 times 100. Thank you. Right. So even though there's only 5 strike ships, each one of these things has like 3 ballistas on them. So you could theoretically have 15 attacks if they all hit doing D4 times 10 damage. So that'd be 15D4 times 10 damage. But the second rank is going to be D6. Well, let's verify their second rank. Let's look at the material. Let's look at the material that they carry. A strike ship is composed of light wood, which means it has a speed of 3. Which means it has a short range. So com, 1,000 hit points. AC is 13 plus dex. So let's go hunt down what the dex is on these guys. Hold on. Rika, there we go, strike ship. Strike ship. Right faction, Rika, side one ship, the derp. Strike healing kit, human representative. Oh, it's further up. Let's go to Arena of Blood. What, maybe it's under what coalition? Cast base. Tattooed guards, nice cool effect. Where's Verkamp? What coalition? Rushing Harmuk. Wild Space Doom Space. Locations in Doom Space. Arena of... We want to be in Arena of Blood. I think that's where they list the ships. Let's look at the ships. I'm looking for the ships. Ships. Minus chamber. Ship. Arena battles. Don't care about arena battles. Starmoth fleet shows up. Takes the princess away. Gotta build your fleet. Gotta build it fast. Turning. Human. Bandit. Ah, there we go. Representative bandit captain. That tells us what we need. CR1. Okay, cool. So. Boop, boop. First rank crew. AC is 13 plus. Dex is 12, so AC 15. Hit points 1,000. First rank crew. Com is plus D4 plus 1. Damage is D4 times 100. Reload. So the first rank. So there's 5 ships in the fleet, so its reload score is automatically 5. And their first rank, so that drops it down to 4. So their reload is 4, and they only roll a D4 command die. So normally they're only making 1 attack per round. Ugh, garbage. Let's go with our Tux squadron of 5 lamprey ships. Artuk, let's check him out. Artuk Elder. CR3, that's second rank. Rank crew. Lamprey. No, wait. Lamprey here. Shrike. The strike ship is, let's see, lamprey is regular wood, so that is lamprey. Lamprey is 3x3, so it has 150 hit points times 5 is 750 hit points. Wow, is that true? 200, and that's 300. Near 1,500 hit points. AC, since it's wood, it's going to be 16 plus up to 2 dexterity. So let's look what an Artuk can do. Dexterity plus, no, wait. Yeah, Dex is plus 2. That's cool. So AC is 16. Com plus 1d6 plus 2. Reload is, what's the kind of weapons you're packing, pal? Let's check out the lamprey. Let's look at lamprey. It's wood, and what's it got? Grappling claws. 4 ballistas. Jeez, that's ridiculous. Let's go with we'll go with 5, 4, reload 4, also a reload 4. 3. It's going to be human squadron. Of what? What you got? What you got for us? Three space galleons. Boom. What is your crew? Let's look at the bandit captain. He is CR2. That's a second rank. And let's check out what this ship is made of. Should be wood. Space Galleon is wood. And the second rank crew. Space Galleon is what? 3x3, 900 HP, AC, wood, 16. Yeah, 16 plus 2. So, Bandit Captain is 16 plus 3. Max of plus 2. AC 18. This is also AC 18. Let's see. 1d6. 100. Space Galleon, blah blah blah. Move 2 square. Hey. Sorry, I'm bippity bopping over here. I'm obviously ridiculously tired, so forgive me my trespasses, as yada yada yada. Let's see, let's put these guys with mangonels. Also com plus 1d6 plus 2, reload 4. There's 1d6 times 100, 4. What you got? 5 squids, 2 hammers. All right. Let's check it out. 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 The Mercane. Mercane. Where are you at? Mercane. I see that. Ah, that's what I wanted. Hard took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tell me about who is in. Oh, that's right. 1 from each space. One from each. So, that means second rank, first rank, second rank, second rank, second rank. Everybody is second rank. So let's see, let's go with Mercane Squadron of 2 hammer ships and 7 squid ships. First rank crews, because Mercanes are cheap. Hammer and squid. They're each 250 feet. Let's check that out. Yep, 250 each. They're 5x5s both. One is wood, one is light wood. So 28, 17. Hammer and squid. So that's 5x5. So that's 500 each, and there's 7 of them. There's 7 of them. That's ridiculous. Jeez, McCrew. 7. Okay, so 7 times 500. That's 3,500. HP. AC is, well, let's just call it 16. Move is 2. Let's see, hammer and squid. We'll go with, thank you. Hammer and squid equals, we'll go with mangonels again. Com plus 1d4 plus 2. Reload 4. Oh, no, this is second rank. Second rank, mangonels are 5 minus 2. That's a reload of 3. Thank you. Second rank, mangonels, reload of 3. Thank you. Reload is 4 over here. 3, 3. Mercane Squad. 5 is Suron. Of wasps. How many wasp traps? 6. There. Second rank crew is the answer that I want because Sauron's a second rank. Second rank crew. I'm pretty sure wasps are fast. Light attack ships. Light wood. Thank you. And the Sauron has Sauron Defiler is Dex of +1. So wasp 6 times. What's the size on that wasp? Is it 100? Sure is. 600 hit points. AC 13. Move 3 square. (1d6). 6 plus 2. Reload. Blisters of 3, 2, 1. Reload of 1. Jeez, this guy can just streak that crap out. That's impressive. Woof. Reload is 3. The ballista. Well, I don't know. I was thinking ballistas are 3. In their first rank, so it should be 2, not 4. I added instead of subtracted. That was my bad. Mangonels are 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 minus 1 is 4. And then we got ballistas are 3, so 3 minus 2 is reload of 1. So you can't fail reload. Like, just automatically fire because you can't roll lower than a 1. So that's sweet. Where are we at? It's almost midnight here. I think I got more left in me. Reload is 3. Damage is 1d4. Sorry, second rank. 1d6 times 10 damage, times 100 damage because second rank crews do d6 damage. Second rank crew, d6. first rank crew on Mangonels. A first rank crew. Yeah, it has a D4. No, the damage is D6. No, yeah, it is D4 plus 1. Oh, I didn't do the damage. That's why it's missing. Damage is 1. Mangonels have an automatic D6 times 10 damage, times 100 damage here because it's a squadron. Mangonels are a second rank structure, so it deals at least D6, and you have to be a third rank crew to make it better than that. But the penalty, again, is that it has a higher reload. 5 minus 1, 4. So yeah, it does a lot. It does decent damage for what this crew is. What this guy has going more than anything else is he is chunky. Very, very chunky guy. So that's big. We're gonna go 5, then we'll go 6 is the Kreen. 4. This stuff is so one-dimensional. Second rank crew. Scorpion is what? 80. It's metal. Yeah, 80. So that's 200 HP times 4. That's 800. 800 hit points. Let's make sure I did the math right on everything else. Wasp is I don't know why I keep doing that. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 6 is 12. 7 times 5 is 35. 3 times 3 is 900. 5 times 3 is 15. Got that right. 5 times 2 is 10. Second rank, let's see, Scorpion, 800. HP is 19 because of the metal frame. Move is 1 square because of the metal frame. Trevichet, Calm, plus 1d6, plus 2. Reload, 7 normally, 6 brings down to a 5 on a d6. So probably only going to be firing once. 1d8 times 100 damage. So you got this chunky. Beep, 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 beep. So, let's see. Hurricane Squadron is by far the thickest. Air call. There we go. Squid ship, Rusk. Blop, blop, blop. And get rid of all that garbage. Cool. Astral Journey. Let's see. Discord and Diplomacy, assembling the fleet, ship statistics. Let's go with here, buddy. What was that? Nope. Let's fix that real quick. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Organizing the fleet. Let's organize this shit. Let's see. Pluck that one. The only faction that's guaranteed to participate if what's this guy's name? Vortec? Zorthy Vortchu. No. What's this guy's name? It's like all over the place. It's kind of indifferent. Elder. Arena Blood. Warwick. Magical effects. Vocath. Thank you. Vocath. Where is that? The only faction that's guaranteed to participate if Vocath survives the Vocath, what's it called? Let's see, the only faction that's guaranteed to participate if Vocath remains alive is the Mercane faction. Burp. The Mercane faction of 4, 5 squid ships. If both the second wind and last breath if both the second wind and last breath are present, they can join the Mercane squadron and command the additional squadrons. And what is it? And split commanding the allied squadrons between the characters. Period. 200 ships, 5 squid ships. The last breath. And the second wind. Let's see, second rank for the, we should probably make them second rank because they're characters. So we'll do that. Second rank crew. And that means we're going to, I want to leave them all here. We can put that hyphen in there because that's really an important detail. I need to have their hyphen. So everybody's second rank crew except the Oracle Grow, which are first rank. And that is second rank. So Hammer and Squid, the last breath. This is by far majority is wood. So the armor class of 16. That's still good. Move 2 squares. That's good. Mangonel, Com plus D6 plus 2. And the reload is 3. That ain't bad. Scores 2. Damage. Good. Wait, the hammer ship, squid ship. Last breath is a galleon, and second wind is a living ship. So let's check out galleon and living ship. Galleon. Space galleon is 300. And living ship is 200. So chunky 4,000 hit points. Like, how are you gonna fight that? Well, let's find out. Let's see. 1,000. There's 2,500 here. 3,400. 4,400. 4,600. 5,400. Why you be like you? Why you be like you? Thank you. Let's see. So maybe we should make a chart. Faction, HP, AC, faction, rank, HP, AC, move, calm. Reload, damn. That's it. So let's kick through these again. Oh, yeah. We can do it like this. I like how that sits. Let's do that. There, 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 there. There, and we'll go here. This is the This is making sausage, folks. It's not, sometimes it's not very exciting, so certainly be welcome to give me a shout out, say what up. I'm catching the signal. It's super late, wherever the hell it is that you're at. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe you're in Europe and it's like top of the morning to you. Here to the Morricane, blah blah blah. Actually, that should probably be like the first thing that I say. Yeah. Thank you. Keeping it going. I got just a little bit more in me. Don't need that. That's cool. No, this is a multi-pass. Don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. So, chart. This real quick. Oh, yeah, I know, because I don't want to duplicate. Okay. Drop down to here. Go. Plus 1d4, plus 1. Reload is 2. And is 1d4 times 10. There we go. And then Artux, humans, second rank dirty humans. Sauron. Second. Crane 800. Reload is 5. 6. Sauron. I can get the wasps. DC 18. Artux. Also 18. Really? Wow. Good ACs, guys. Artux is 2 and 2. 2 and 2. Square. 6 plus 2 plus 1d6 plus 2 plus 2. Artuck reload is 3. That fast load speed, yo. There. Cool. Chart. Let's see. Squadron chart. This guy, shit hit points, great AC. Not that great. I mean, he's going to be fighting against star mobs, which are going to be D6 plus 2, so. Here. Why did that happen? Character, second rank, 4,000 hit points. Second, 2 square. Common is plus 1d6 plus 2. Reload is, what my reload? 3. There. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. Very convincing. Yeah. Whatever factions have a friendly disposition to the characters. Whatever faction have a friendly disposition to the characters. Provide the following squadrons. After 10 days, the ships have assembled in the Doom space and head into the astral seas, Xaryxis space. Roll to determine how many days it takes to arrive. Blah. Savers of the multiverse. We can take this chart and drop it down below. So, squadron chart. Savers of the multiverse. Wild space system. Attacking the Citadel. How do you... Bam. There we go. Where were we at? Takes 3 days to travel from the fleet's entry point to the Xaryxis Citadel. On the second day, a Star Moth patrol catches sight of the approaching fleet. Using the Dark Star statistics above, whether the fleet destroys, captures, or loses track of the loses pursuit of the patrol ship, the Citadel is alerted and so will be ready for the character's arrival. There is a (3 in 4) chance let's see. Chance another patrol will be countered if the DC is (15), second rank. Average is a 3 plus 2 for being second rank. That's 5 plus 10. Set the DC at 15. It's pretty good. Whether the fleet destroys, captures, or loses pursuit of the patrol ship, it is heading back to the Citadel to join the other Star Moths defending the Citadel. Defending the Citadel. Defending, thank you, the Citadel. The adventure continues with the following revisions. Attacking the Citadel. When the characters come within 1 mile of the Imperial Citadel, read. Ahead, you see an elegant, crystal-inspired city built on the back of an asteroid asteroid shaped like a moth, with shipyards sprouting from the wings, blah, 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 an armada of crystals wing. An armada of crystal winged ships patrol the space around the Citadel. There's up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 6 squadrons under the control of the characters, and 6 squadrons of star moths defending the Citadel. Second rank. How's this look? Make them all evens and Stevens. Six star moth ships. Secondary crew. Star moths are big. They're big. 200. 200 times 6. 1200 HP. AC. Remind me how that go again? Light of Xaryxis. I get it. No, Dark Star. No, Dark Star. Hell's attack, Dark Star. Dark Ball. Hell's attack. There we go. Third rank. Dex of 11. What kind of a priest are you? I mean, what kind of... Oh, wait. You got really good piloting, though. Give you that. Wisdom 15? God, it don't apply. Where you at? Let's call it AC 16 arbitrarily. I'm just about burned out for the night. Oh wait, the crystal, there's ranks, that's 3. 3 squares. Else, com plus 1d6 plus 2. Reload 3. damage plus 1d6 minus 100. Bob's your uncle. I should probably fill in saving throws and stuff like that, like stat bonuses. And, well, there's the pilot check. There's the command bonus. The command check, the piloting, it's just that one die that's driving a squadron. There's not much creativity to it. It's how the team uses the squad that makes it interesting. And then zooming into the 50-foot scale for you to do dogfighting on your own, how your ship work is, and your teamwork and synergy. That helps. Let's see. Yeah. Thank you. All right, so let's get this guy. Faction. Xaryxis. Second. 1200. 16. 3 square. Plus 1d6 plus 2. Reload 3. 1d6. What do you have? 4,000, 5,000, 65, 74, 84, 86, 94. $7,200? Huh. Interesting. So if we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did 5d6 times 100 damage as a full barrage of all squadrons at the same time. They would do, if we had all 6 of them, it'd be effectively 6d6 times 100 damage, which is going to be around 1,800 per attack, which means that 72 divided by 18, 36, so it's 4 rounds. So if you hit every round, all the barrage, full squads, it only takes 4 rounds for your squadrons to destroy the Xaryxis Armada fleet. So how long does it take? And they got 9,400, so it takes longer for them. And there's hit points, so it's recommended. Let's see, they're doing 6 squads. That 1, 2, there's 9 there, and then there's 30 ships on Xaryxis side. And how many ships we got over here? I'm just mathing this all out. There's 9, 14, 19, 22, 28, 32. So if you have everything, you get 32 ships. They got 30 ships. You're dealing the same amount of damage. You have more hit points than them, but then they have the Citadel itself with all its ballista, its trebuchet, its laser beam. So we got to flesh that stuff out too. Let's see. Within 1 mile, huh? That doesn't feel right. Within 10 miles. Come within 10 miles of the Imperial Citadel, read blah. Squadrons and control. Yeah, this pans out. That's a fair and balanced battle overall. So all we need to do is just make sure that we have a good battle squad. The Xaryxis fleet is commanded by the Xaryxis fleet is commanded by the word I'm looking for is the word I'm looking for is the what am I looking for? What am I looking for? What am I looking for? I am looking for words because I'm tired. The Xaryxis fleet is commanded by Xaryxis commanders communicating via what? What's that thing called? Show me the thing. What's it called? The thing is called down here in the squadron area. I don't necessarily think this is organized the best it can be. It gets through it. I just think the editing process is going to help us find a better way to sort the order of these things. And of course, PDF bookmarks going to help it. Upcasting spells, targeting blah, limiting scale, rolls, movement, rolls and scale. God, I'm excited about that. Upcasting. Show me. There are circlets in concert. Circlets in concert. Thank you. The Xaryxis fleet is commanded by Xaryxis squadron commanders communicating via magical circlets in concert from the Xaryxis Citadel. The squadrons won't pursue ships outside the 10-mile square, 10-mile space the Citadel and fleet occupy. Squadron commanders 3. Cool. 4. Let's see. 4 actions each turn. 1 fleet admiral, and 3 squadron commanders. Support. That's a better word, ain't it? Actions each turn. Grants +5 bonus to any command check. One verbal move, 1 bonus action, 1 There we go. Move. Attack. Option. Move. Option to attacks. What's that called? And draw ready. My reaction.
I think that's fine. One action. Cast spell. Support option. Jeez, what are you gonna do with that verbal action? Or an object interaction, what could you do? Oh, Citadel attack, of course. It's 1 mile. 100. 1,000. $20,000. Don't want to give it a 10,000. So this has a recharge of 6. It does. We're gonna do a 2D. 2D8. So it can fire once per round, and then at the end of the round, it rolls. You get your command die check and reload a 6. So if it reloads, then it'll they roll a d6. So if I roll a 6 on a d6, just like you normally would, like with Dragon Breath or something like that, it does 2d8 Radiant damage in a 5-mile line. 1. In the 5 miles, just because I say so. Let's make it 6, because they do things like 30 feet pretty often. That's a decent line attack. Damage times, not 10, it's damage times 100, thank you. Whew, man, boss fight. Factions. There we go. Righteous Rain. Xaryxis Elves. By 3 Xaryxis Squadron Commanders and 1 Fleet Admiral. Let's see, via electrical circuits in concert while attuned to all space orreries from the within the Xaryxis Citadel. The squadrons won't pursue ships outside the 10-mile space the Citadel and fleet occupy. So as to remain in command. Oh, that was a hella pop. Okay, I think that's a decent squad setup. Averages 300 damage, so it takes feel right. 20,000 hit points, is that right? Let's think it through. 50-foot squares are 100 each. 500-foot squares are 1,000 each. Yeah, 1 mile is 10,000 each. But stone has 20 hit points instead of 10 hit points per 5-foot square. Thick stone, like a boulder, not just like thin like metal plating or stone walls, like foot wide walls, not like a 5-foot by 5-foot block. It has 20 damage reduction, damage threshold, but that doesn't really matter when we're dealing with hundreds like this. $50 is 10 damage. 500 foot is by 1,000 damage. 500 does 50. Yeah. Trebuchet Towers. Citadel Beam. Trebuchet Nest. Second rank. One mile is 500 feet. That's interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we're good so far. Trebuchet Nests. Citadel Beam. Mobile. That offers. I'm gonna call it third rank. Yeah, that feels right. I'm gonna call that first. Plus 24 plus 1. Once per round. Six. What are you dealing? 48. That's 48. Is there anything else I have to say right now? I think I'm done for now. Yep, we're gonna go ahead and call it quits. We're gonna stream for a few hours, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So we are coming along. So I'm gonna be back at lunch tomorrow. God willing, I'm gonna have it done by tomorrow. We're super close. I mean, like we're laser close to being done. I'm gonna clear that junk out of the way. Star moths out of the way, all those garbage. Don't need all that. There. Here we are. All right, so when we come back tomorrow, we're going to build out those Xaryxis map. So, oh shit, we also want to talk about roles. We got to prioritize this. We'll get to roles. We'll get to roles probably next week. Not sure how next week's going to play out. Like, subscribe, check out my DMsGuild stuff. Definitely check out this document by floating through the Patreon. Catch me on Twitter. Share. And yeah, I'm going to bed. So I will see y'all in the morning. Later.